Hey guys, it's Fallon. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I will be rolling against Ryan, who is a blue belt, but when I recorded this, he was a white belt. And I wish I could show you the original audio, but it's playing AC/DC in the background, so I'll get flagged for copyright, so I can't. But I tell him that it's my first recording since I got my black belt, and he goes, "Oh, that actually makes me feel better. So when people make fun of me, I can be like, you go against her." Yeah, that's what I thought. Too funny. And just for reference, I think he's my height, so I'm gonna say 5'8", and probably a little bit heavier than me, around 155 to 165. And I will have to re-record us going because he is now a blue belt, so I would like to see the improvement of him rolling with me, because I think he's only a 2-stripe white belt here. And I love rolling with him. He always gives me a really good roll, so let's just jump right into it. So I was playing guard, but he was leaning very far forward, so I cupped his head, pulled it down to the ground, blocked his arm, walked around to the back. But he put his back to the floor, so I went to knee on belly, switched my hips, came around, mount, and from here I'm grapevining, just trying to maintain control. He is stronger than me, so I'm just being very aware that he could buck me off. I'm opening up my lapels so I can go for a lapel choke. You see I just threaded it across his neck. I'm tightening it with my other hand to get a firmer grip. And when I feel as though it's secured, I'm going to get off mount into side control, and I'm going to walk towards the head all the way to the other side. And from here, I try to apply pressure with my knee either on the sternum or the neck. And with my hand that's free, I cup around and try to basically apply a shoulder pressure, just forcing his head towards the choke more so it makes it harder to breathe, basically. That way both sides has pressure of the blood choke, one side with the lapel and the other side with my free hand pushing into the lapel. Okay, so then we restart. I am playing guard and he is passing. As you see, I'm always just basically climbing my hand up that lapel, trying to really get good control over my opponent, and I'm also always grabbing that arm same side. From here, I actually did a back take, so I pulled that arm across my body and was able to climb the back. And right away, I start spreading that chicken, which is basically just pushing my hips into the back of his spine while choking him. It sounds brutal, but really it's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. And the choke I'm going for here is just a basic lapel back choke, but you can't really see it well visually because he's facing towards the mat. But if I know myself, I'll probably change it into a bow and arrow so you'll get a better visual. Whoop, there goes, knee slides in. I am falling back, throw my leg over that shoulder and going for a bow and arrow so you can kind of see my hand placement a little bit better. Whoops, the way he just flopped down killed me. This is the first time I'm actually watching this video. I filmed it months ago. I have probably like 5 videos that I need to do narrations to. You're gonna see a blue belt named Z. I think I have another Nogi video of Elbin. He's been on my channel twice. And then I believe I have a purple belt female Nogi. So definitely a lot coming soon. I'm trying to get back into this. It just takes a little bit of time, especially running 2 businesses, but can't complain, always busy. So here again, I am playing guard. Shocker, guys. Fallon's a guard player. So automatically, I'm just making sure that I have all 4 points of through that triangle very quick. That is my absolutely favorite submission since I was a white belt, all the way to black belt. If you see my right foot playing foot on bicep, I 100% am going to go for a triangle on you. So just be prepared if you're rolling with me. He was trying to relieve the pressure, so he kind of fell backwards. So then I just took a mounted triangle, which I love even more than a regular triangle. So I always enjoy when people do that. And basically because you can put all your weight, so I can put all 145 pounds of pressure on his chest while lifting his head, which is just miserable. So absolutely love that. For me, it's not great being on the other end. Bobby showed triangle this week, so I jumped in on the specific with all of our guys, and oh my gosh, being in a triangle is so hard to get out of. I just don't really get there anymore because I'd rather do the precautions necessary to not be in it. And we were drilling it and I was like, oh my god, this is why I don't get here. It's just impossible to get out of triangles. So here I do a de la hiva and I go into a berimbolo motion. I can't just take him out how I usually prefer because he was pushing my leg down. So I just do a complete 360 rotation, come out the other side. Now I'm passing, I'm doing a little bit of pressure passing, whoops, change to some agility passing. And I did that because he was pushing my head towards the ground. So basically just like that negative pressure, I kind of just went with what he was doing. So I flipped over him and got the pass. Now I'm just applying some knee on belly pressure, trying to get him to push my knee so I can go for my armbar. However, I just take the mount. Here I am grapevining, again, just maintaining control. I always try to take a few seconds to really just compose myself and see what I want to go for next, depending on what they do, of course. So he was kind of turning away, so I ended up just taking the back. Then really applying pressure down and out, that way I can spread the chicken again. Honestly, one of my favorite ways to finish from the back because you just have an immense amount of pressure and control here. I am again going for a basic lapel back choke. So I'm just kind of pummeling my hands in. He's doing a really good job at turning back on his back. So he's basically giving me mount, but I either want a back take or an armbar. So I throw my leg over, go for a regular armbar here. And he's really trying to sit up here. So you can see that I thread my opposite arm in. And then with my left arm, I'm going to hug the leg. That just gives me a really good amount of control because I can apply pressure down with my leg so he can't sit up here. The only thing is, as you see, the feet kind of kick at your face, but that's okay because you can just kind of go for the armbar whenever you're ready at that point, which I do. Bobby actually showed me that break sometime last year, and I really enjoy using it, especially being smaller. It kind of gives you a moment of peace in all the chaos of jiu-jitsu, so you can kind of just take a break and let the opponent wear themselves out for a bit. So if you haven't given that a try, definitely do. It's definitely a game changer. So here I am playing guard again, and as you see, always maintaining 4 points of contact. I can't stress that enough for guard players. And here I isolate his arm and do an arm drag so I'm able to come on top. And I always kind of just like roll my hips over people's legs. I switch my hips a lot, so sometimes I just do like little half switches and it works to pass the guard. So right away I go into my spinning armbar. Not every time you get it perfect where the arm is all the way extended, but I always just say go for it regardless because then you're in a position where you just attack an armbar with people holding their hands. And it's still a really good way to get a submission. And right away I go for a judo arm break. When I was a white belt, a guy at our gym we just called Judo Andy showed me that, and I have used it my entire jiu-jitsu career. It allows you to target the wrist rather than the whole arm, and usually I am weaker than the opponent I'm going against, so that is always a way to ensure that I'm going to get the armbar. And that's all, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I know I did. It was fun watching this video because it was filmed so many months ago. Thank you, Ryan, for allowing me to film, of course. He did a very good job for a 2-stripe white belt. Again, like I said, he is now one of my favorite people to roll with. Anytime he is at the gym, I like to grab him. And I'll have to ask if he wants to do another roll, because I know for a fact he'll do a lot better. He'll probably beat me up now. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you like and comment and subscribe to this channel so you can see more videos just like this. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat at FALLON for Tone. Alright guys, have a beautiful rest of your week. Bye guys!